Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you an example on how to use navigation profile in some logistics transactions, especially for production order information system. So let's get started. I am going to run the transaction code COOIS. You can also use the COOISPI if you are in the PPPI configuration. Here, just to make it easy, we can use the standards layout, just for example. So here, this is the standard production order information system. We can try to use the production plant 1000, and this transaction will list the production orders that are included or active for this plant. Now the navigation profile is a functionality that lets you add additional buttons here. So you have the standard ALV commands, but in addition you can add additional buttons on the right hand side, or also you can add new menus, new menu items here in this contextual menu. So today I am going to take the first example, so it is a similar way of working. So to make it more easy using this transaction code, we can also explain, for instance, when you are listing the production orders, you may want to directly jump to confirmation screen, so without going out of this and then go back to the confirmation transaction. So you can directly click on a button here to go to the confirmation for a selected production order. So to do this, we go to this double arrow button, which is called navigation profile. We click here, and then we have to click on change navigation profile. So you can manage many navigation profiles, so depending on your use. You can also have different navigation profiles, and then for every user choose one. So I'm going to change the navigation profile that is active today, and here you can see I have two options or two folders. One is the application toolbar and the second is the context menu folder. So I'm going to use the first one, and here I can add some elements like a separator if I want to organize my buttons like in a groups, a transaction call which is a button that can call a transaction behind. I can also call a function call. I have a class call or a menu. So a menu is like when you have some sub menus kind of transaction codes. I'm going to use the simple one, which is a transaction call, and here I have the text where it is where I should put the description that will be displayed on the button. I will take the example of confirmation. Then I can add also an icon to the button, so to make it easy for the user to recognize as an action behind. So I'm going to search. These are the standard ones delivered by SAP. I'm going to choose somewhere where we said confirmation. So I have, for instance, this. Okay, I'm gonna just choose one of these icons. You can choose anyways. It's up to you really. Let's try order, and I'm gonna try to, or probably close. Okay, I'm going to use this button. No? Okay, so this is the icon. Now I have the info, the quick info, which is the text display when you hover your mouse on the button. I am just going to make it confirm production order or selected order, so the user knows that that the selected order is the only one who will be impacted by this button. And then we have the transaction call. Now I'm going to use CO11N, so this is to confirm operation wise. And here we have three other options. So the first one is the skip initial screen. So if we have a transaction that is having an initial screen, I can directly jump to the second screen if I can put the the initial screen automatically if I know already the values I have to put in the initial screen, and then we go to the second screen. Otherwise the system just ignores these options. And then we have the second option, which is determine set get parameters automatically. This is mostly the one that you are going to use for the standard transactions, because the system, what it does for the fields that are already populated here in the line that you have selected, the system will directly copy paste it to the target fields that are required by the transaction. For example, here I have the field order, which is already known as a value. Then the system will directly fill the order field that is existing in the CO11N transaction code and put the value there. So we reduce the volume of key in. This is another interesting feature here when using this functionality, because it will reduce the time that you spend on typing the order or on looking up for the order if you don't type it manually. And now sometimes this is not working, or sometimes you want to include more fields that you know that will fit together, but the system cannot get it automatically. There are a couple of reasons behind this, because first, not all the fields in SAP they have the set and the get parameters, which are generally found into the technical details in the field. And the second reason is sometimes if you have a custom transaction code, you have a custom fields, and the system will not recognize those custom fields automatically, so you have to include them manually. So then you can choose the second option, and here the system will open another dialog where I can put them manually. So let's first keep with the first option. I will show you another example for the second one and show you how to do that. So let's keep it simple. Now we determine automatically the parameters, and I validate. Now you can see our button is here, it's created and it's fine. I have two options now. Either I just click on continue. In this case the system will show the button, but then if I quit the transaction COOIS and I come back again, the button is gone. So I have to save here so the changes will be permanent. And it's like variants, I can save it to a profile. So here I will start with a profile slash navigation profile 001 and testing navigation profile 1. Okay, or just navigation profile 1. Here I can use the presetting, or I can also set that this is a user specific. It's recommended that you put as user specific, so the user configuration doesn't impact other users configuration. And then I just validate here. Okay, so since I use it user specific, I need to start with A. That's not a problem. So I can say A and I validate. Okay, now I save. Oh, it's already saved. I validate here. And now you can see that we have the button confirmation that is here. Now let's try to test this one. So I'm going to select this order 60003558 and I click on the confirmation. The system takes me directly to the confirmation screen, and here you can see that I have the order field already populated with the value of the order that I have already selected, and I can directly continue my confirmation transaction. So you can see this is one of the options that you can use, and it makes it easy for your user to handle the confirmation directly from the information system. I can go back and I directly in my list, so it's kind of easy to go back and forth for every order and check and so on. Now let's if I go back again to the confirmation, you know that in this confirmation, for instance, I have to put the operation, and generally most of the time we start by the first one. Okay, so I would like to have the operation or activity defaulted at 0010, so I don't have to do it each time, especially for the first operation. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to add another button here called confirm first operation. So it is going directly to the first operation with the default value of 0010 for the first operation. Okay, this will show you also how you can use a manual set get parameters on your configuration here. So I'm going to change my navigation profile again, and now I just keep the first button, and I'm going to add a new transaction call. Okay, I just need to select here that I am talking about application toolbar and not the context menu. Transaction call, and here I'm saying confirm first operation. Okay, the icon is not a problem, we can choose anything. Operation, for instance, here I can select. Okay, let's see, we check this one. The info type, the quick info, I will put the confirm first operation. The transaction is the same, and now I have to select define set get parameters automatically. So I have already the standard ones copied, and then I will add additional ones here for the operation. Okay, but before I can do that, let me show you. I have to include a line here, so I click on plus. Now I need to put the set get parameter ID and the field name, which is copied from here. But now I have a third option if I want to put a fixed value. So for our example, we don't need to have the field name, because the field name generally should be taken care of by the automatic transfer in our case. And then the fixed value is for something that is not here. The operation is not in this list, right? So what I do need is to put the operation here and the set get parameter here. Okay, so I can either look up for the set get parameters. I can do here like this and choose operation or star operation star. So here you can see a list of parameters that are linked to the operation, but it's better to go to the other way by let me open a new session here, by looking for the set get parameter manually. So I go to CO11N, so the transaction that I want to use, and here you have the operation / activity. I click on F1, and here there is a button for technical information, and you can see the parameter ID is the VGN. I copy that over. This is a one-time operation, okay, and then I paste it here. So this is the parameter that is linked to the operation, which needs to be filled by the fixed value here, which is 0010, and I continue. Okay, so now I have my second button, which is confirm first operation, with everything set up, and then I save it again to the same profile, that doesn't matter, and I overwrite the existing one because we are having the same profile, and you can see my second button already added here. Now I select my order, and when I click on confirm first operation, I have both the order value and the operation value already populated by default. Okay, so this way you can automatically confirm the first operation by minimizing also the number of the key operations you need to do. So this way you can have the similar things. You can add additional buttons, call up other transactions, and I think this is a good functionality. You can customize this screen, and also the same way you can do to add buttons here. If we choose, for example, here to go to the navigation profile, and probably we can move this here. You can see I can directly move it here and save. Okay, yes, now it is part of the menu. Instead of having it as a button, I can right click here and I have it as a menu here. I click and the same thing happens here. So it's quite a flexible way of customizing your operations here. I hope that this video is helpful for you, and I'm waiting for your comments and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.